Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. Today's video, I'm going to take a whole bunch of mishmashed, non-matching beads that I have left over from other projects that I've done, and I'm going to put them all together in one piece. As I was digging around in my stash, I came across some just leftover one big beads, and they have a uniformity to them. So I'm going to use these. And then I was looking and I found these antique buttons. And I think I'm going to use those. And I absolutely love these ceramic beads here. I've got a whole bunch of them, all different colors. So I'm going to throw that in the mix. Doesn't this palette look nice? And then I've got several of these, so I thought I would put that in there. So I'm going to use some wire, and I want to mix my metals. So I have a bunch of these. Probably going to pick out kind of more the rounded ones, not the longer ones, but who knows? You know, sometimes I change my mind in the middle of a project. But I am going to put some of this antique silver in there. So we have the antique brass and the antique silver. And then I have some of these. I really like those beads. I think they'll look nice in the mix. I wanted to bring a little bit more green in. So I think, let's see. I'm going to use some of these, maybe mix them with those kind of reddish. I think these are agates. What else do I have here? I think that's pretty much it. I may bring in other things as I start creating more, but something else I did want to use is spacer beads besides these. And they're kind of a coppery brass, so I'm really mixing my metals now, but I think they work together. So let me kind of lay these out, and I'll be back to show you more what I plan on doing with these. Before I get started here, I just want to tell all of you, thank you so much for all of your support. I absolutely love reading all your comments, and I try to reply to every one of them, but there's a few, for some reason, it's not allowing me to comment back. One in particular is one of my followers whose name is Mary, and she is the sweetest girl. She's from Florida, just like I am, and I think we have a lot in common, and I love her comments, but for some reason YouTube is not letting me reply back. I get notifications, and when I click to reply, she disappears. And then when I look on the comment feed, she's not there. And when I go back into my dashboard to try to find her, she's not there. And I've even tried to look up her YouTube account, and she's disappeared. So Mary, I apologize for not replying back to your comments. I read every one of the comments that come through, and I try to reply to every one of them that allow me to. So just let that be known. If I'm not replying back, I'm not ignoring you. Again, thank you for all of your support. Now let's get back to creating this piece of jewelry. So I want to start out by addressing the clasp. I got these little, they kind of remind me of a fleur-de-lis. They're not really a fleur-de-lis, but they have that look to them. And I got them in a bead box bargain several months back, and I thought they would make a really fun clasp. So at the back, I'm going to put these two, and I'll probably hook this to one, and then I can just make this the clasp. It's a little fancier, but something like that will be in the back. Now I have these agates that I've been wire wrapping, and I think I'm going to wire wrap I've already got 2 together and then 1, and then I'm going to do these 2 together. So where's the end of this baby? Here it is. It was disappearing on me. So I'm going to go ahead and just put these on and messy wrap both ends. And tuck that wire in so it's not poking. So I tucked in that wire, and I'm just going to slide these beads down and make another loop. Messy wrap it. Maybe I'll go around one more time. And then clip, and I'll tuck that back in. So then I'm going to take some of these antique brass jump rings and open them up and hook these together to make a chain. Whoops. Make sure they're closed. And you know, you can make your own beaded chains like this. In fact, I think it would be really, whoops, I made a boo-boo. Let's fix that. First off, I'll go ahead and put this on there. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. But I want the red beads to be beside the green beads, so we have kind of an every other one effect here. But no biggie, they're not that difficult to fix when you make a boo-boo. But anyway, this is how you would make a beaded chain. They're quite simple to do. I think I want to wire this button next. So let's see, I need to cut that. It's got these are actually some old buttons I found. We have a place not too far from where I live called Antique Alley. And you can go and get all kinds of antique things. And I saw a bunch of buttons that they were selling for a really good price. And I really liked them all. So I just bought the whole pack of them. And I haven't done anything with them. But I thought this would be a good little project to use them in. And I think I may only be using one button. I do like to use buttons as clasps, and I thought about that, but I decided just to use this as one of the charms. So I'm going to have to make a loop on each side of the button. Make sure I tuck that in. I tucked the wires in underneath there, so now we need to do the other side. You know, back to those comments, I'm not the only one that's having issues on YouTube with comments being lost. I don't know if it's a glitch that YouTube has or what, but I have noticed there's other people losing some of their comments for one reason or another. And they're good comments. So hopefully that will be fixed someday soon. All right, let me wire this so we have a loop on either side. And again, I can attach it with a jump ring. I think I got this one a little bit too long, so I'll just clip that off. So I have 2 links done. I will not put them together. I'll put probably something like this in between, which I need to probably wire wrap all these. So let me work on those. And I'm trying to think. I do think I want to maybe flank this butterfly with these copper beads. So I'll string those on. And I'll use the same technique to make loops on either end as I did the button there. You know, if you're wanting to learn to wire wrap, this would give you some good practice. So I got that loop done and it's all tucked in. Let's do the other side here. And these loops, they don't need to be all that big. Bring this around and tuck it in. Tucking in is really important because you don't want whoever wears this piece to get scratched by a piece of wire that's sticking up. I want to show you what I have so far. So this is going to be the back, which, you know how necklaces kind of turn around and sometimes you wind up the clasp is in the front. If that happens with this necklace, it's fine because look how pretty that is. And so basically, this is the clasp. It goes down. We got us a little butterfly and a station of these fun disc beads. I really love these porcelain beads. I'd like to get me some more. So I need to figure out what I want next. I'm going to have 3 stations of these. So maybe I'm going to put the button there. I don't know. I think I like that. So basically all you do, and as you know, if I don't like it, I can always pull it apart and redo it. But you just open up your jump ring, put your pieces on there, close up your jump ring. Make sure all your jump rings are closed. You don't have any gaps because you don't want them falling apart. But so far, I am really liking this piece. So I've got all these wrapped up, and I don't want this to be like exactly the same thing on both sides. Normally, you know, when you do a necklace, like you would do another strand of these over here, but I'm going to change this up a little bit. And then I think what I'm going to do is put this over here. Let's see what that looks like. Open up our jump ring. Everything on there we need. I close it back up. And yeah, I am going to like that. So I need to figure out what I want over here next. I mean, you would think I'd put this, but I don't think that's what I'm going to do. I may put that. Yeah, I think I like that. Let me get this wired up and put on there. So I have most of it put together. Let me show you what I've done. I've got 2 stations of these beaded, this beaded chain that I made. One here and one over there. Here, we'll start with the clasp. Here's the clasp area, which will look good even if it comes down in front there. And then I got these porcelain discs flanked with the antique silver and copper beads, and I'm using antique brass, and I've got this acrylic bead, and then these little agates. They actually may be jasper. I don't know what they are, but they are a natural stone. And then we got this little stone flower here, and on the other side of the clasp we have these natural stones that I don't know what they are. A butterfly, porcelain discs, antique button, more porcelain discs. Now just to try to figure out how to finish it off. I think this is really coming out pretty cool if you ask me. I thought about maybe individually beating these up, or I could do this And I do want to use this bead. But one thing I don't want, let me show you something. I could stop right now, but I'm not for sure I like this at the bottom. I don't like it hanging straight like that. I want it to be more flexible, I guess you could say. So that's why I'm thinking about putting the beads down here, and I may be done with it there, but I really wanted to use this bead. Love this bead. So I made another little beaded chain. It's opposite of what this is. But I think I'm going to hang it here. And we'll see how it hangs. Like I said, I want things to be, oh, I don't even know what the word is. Kind of malleable. So it's not stiff. And I think that works like that. I really wanted to use that bead though. So I think I'm done. I did wind up being able to use this bead. How do you like it? I love it. I love using all different mixed things. Sometimes you think something's not going to work, but try it and put it together. So honestly, you don't really even need a clasp. You can just put it over your head. And maybe I'll get rid of the clasp. Let me tweak some more here. So I did get rid of the clasp. It made it a little bit shorter, but I can still get it over my head. As this turns, you see all the fun elements that are in here. We have the antique button, the acrylic bead, the squash blossom flower, this bead that I really wanted to use, all these little porcelain beads, and all these stone beads that I don't know what they are. But look how fun as it just turns around. We got the butterfly here. As I look at this necklace, I could probably even hang something here. Look what I found. Isn't that pretty? And I think it'll go really nicely with this necklace. I think what I might do is go ahead and wrap this up, and I'm going to make it where it's convertible, where you can either wear it on the necklace or not. And here's what I came up with. All I did was I took that antique brass wire, and I wire wrapped this beautiful piece and made a loop and just took a lobster claw clasp and hung on it, and that way you can take it on or off. You could put it anywhere in the necklace you want to. I mean, if you wanted to put it over here or wherever, and you can wear it without this. This is a very versatile piece. Something else too, you could wear it this direction or this direction. I don't know which piece I like the best. Since I'm wearing a very dark piece today though, top, I will put it on the lighter side. Look how fun this is. Anyway, I have a ton to do. We're getting ready to have a hurricane, and so I got to go do some hurricane prep. And even though we live in North Louisiana, last year we had a hurricane come through. It was still a 1 when it got here. They're forecasting Ida to do the same thing. Hopefully we'll get lucky. Hopefully all of us will get lucky that's in the path. But it's best to be safe. So I'm going to go do some hurricane prep. I'm going to get ready possibly for some company. My son and his wife, they have property and they live in a nice trailer, but it still is a trailer. So I really want them and their babies to come here in a brick house. There's also a really good chance we may be out of power for a few days. So I'm going to get my YouTube channel all ready to just have videos to be scheduled just in case I am out of power for a while. So if you don't hear from me for a few days after Ida hits, that's probably what happened. In the meantime, y'all go look through your beads and see what kind of things you have that's a mishmash of whatever, and try to put something together. By the way, I do have a Facebook page that I would love for y'all to go check out. I just, not too long ago, put it up. It's called Beading Birds, and I'll leave a link down at the bottom. But if you want to go over there and post any of your creations that you have used any of my videos as an inspiration, I'd love to see your finished projects. So go try to post them over there so I can look at them. Anyway, hope y'all give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, push that subscribe button and ding that bell for notification. Mostly though, y'all have a fantastically wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.